Hi guys, my name is Johnny Luke, and I'm here to talk to you guys about my nursing practicum project on the oncoming and offgoing checkoff sheet. I chose this project because I work as a home health nurse in a private setting, and working as a home health nurse, sometimes you come in, you get no report, and sometimes the parents are sleeping and you don't get any report or huddle with the offgoing nurse, so you have nothing to go off of. So I utilize this experience, this project, in order to help Maxim Healthcare um, onto educating nurses and helping me out as a nurse, because at times when you go in, you don't know when the patient had their last BM or when they had their last suction. So, with that being said, guys, let us move on to the objective of this project. So, the project goal for me, it was to design, implement, and evaluate an oncoming and offgoing shift report process and educational program at Maxim, because that was lacking. They didn't have any. So my first achievement project goal, my first objective was to the analyze existing 8 peer literature review on reporting, and my second objective was to implement the new oncoming and offgoing checkoff sheet process and educate the new nurses at Maxim. My third objective, to evaluate the effect of the oncoming and offgoing sheet. So how I achieve these uh, objectives. So with the first objective, I thoroughly reviewed 8 academic articles and journals, with various guidelines and with what they found out about these uh, journals. And I also conducted interviews with nurses. I drafted a lesson plan, and I obtained approval from Maxim on which site to use to implement the project. For my second objective, I conducted an in-service staff education training on a new bedside shift reporting program. I created a satisfaction survey for the nurses to complete after I implemented it, and then I administered a satisfaction survey. And for the third objective, I conducted an analysis of the data that I gathered from the surveys. And I also provided a summary essay, a 3-page summary essay. The material and the method of education were very effective in conveying the necessary information. I also gained a lot of positive feedback. The nurses responded very, very well to the education that I provided uh, for that checkoff sheet. And specific outcomes for the agency. Uh, so they had a completion and patient assessment by using the checkoff sheet. They had care plan development and updated. Documentation were precise, and communication within the healthcare team was a whole lot better with the implementation of this checkoff sheet. Um, Application of this project in practice, education or informatics. I believe this oncoming and offgoing checkoff sheet is necessary. It was a necessary project for the agency because they didn't have any. It relates to communication, efficiency, and documentation. These three things are imperative in the agency nurses working in the health field, in the home health field. It is a great potential to serve in a number of capacities. In practice, obviously, since it will make the agency more efficient, and in education, since the sheet can serve as a teaching tool for new and oncoming nurses. For informatics, it is imperative that the agency put on paper eventually ends up in the electronic record. So anything they have on paper, they can always go back to look at it. Um, you could always input that or scan it into the system, and you could also save it and have that to go back to if something were to happen. Value of this project to my lifelong learning. This project enabled me to take the theory knowledge I gained from my nursing education and apply it to the real world scenarios. By producing this useful instrument for home health nurses, they learn in hands-on manner that melts away the separated layers of education and allows them to see the patient care and documentation process with a clearer vision. That was uh, the end of this project. Here I have a reference. I have three references. Uh, do I have any questions, guys?